Hello, this is Nate Tucker, Senior Functional Consultant with goVirtualOffice, and welcome to today's Fast 5. In this edition, I'll be demonstrating granting employee access to NetSuite in under 5 minutes. Access involves an employee record, as this is where you will grant a role to an employee. The role will control what permission to view, edit, or create records in the system that user has. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into employee access in NetSuite in under 5 minutes. In our scenario, we have a new accounts payable analyst named Ben that we're going to go ahead and add to the system and grant them access. The first hurdle is we're going to have to determine what role they will need to perform their job duties. To start with, let's go ahead and review what roles are available in our system. So we can go to Setup, Users Roles, and right over here is the Manage Roles option. This will be a list of roles available in your system. Well, Ben is going to be our accounts payable analyst, so what we could do is we could view this role, and this is now going to demonstrate all the permissions that this user would have with this role. Permissions are controlled down here by telling us what ability they would have and then what level. So levels are going to come in 4 different layers. What we have is we have view, and what view would allow you to do is you could view a record of that type. An additional one is going to be called create, and what create would allow you to do is you would be able to create a new record of this type. Additionally, you have permission for edit. What edit would allow you to do is you not only have the ability to create a record, but once it's saved, you also have the ability to edit it. And then the final level is going to be full. Full allows you to do all of the previous things with the ability to also delete that record. An additional tool to help you understand what the differences between roles might be would be under Setup, Users Roles, and Show Role Differences. Right through here, this is where you have the ability to select one role and then compare it to another. So I'm going to come in here and we're going to look at our AP Analyst role, and then we're going to compare it to our AR Analyst role. Over here you can see I have the ability to only show differences or not show those. We're going to have it to only show those differences. Once I click show here, it's going to run through the system and tell me what the differences in that role are. So here we can see the AP analyst has the ability to edit that accounts payable register, and the AR analyst does not. Makes sense, the AR should stay on the AR side. Likewise, the AR can do editing on accounts receivable, where the AP analyst has no access to it. Another area that this becomes very clear is if we come down here to transactions. Through here we can see that billing of purchase orders, these are done on the AP side, where the AR analyst won't have that control. So between these tools, you have the ability to fine-tune and identify the role that will work best. So now that we have the role identified that we're going to set up and we're going to use our AP analyst, now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and create that employee record. To do so, we go under Lists, Employees, and Employees. We can click right here. It'll bring us to a list of our employees. And what we have the ability to do is click right here and add a new one. So when we're adding an employee, there are a couple fields we need to fill out. Anything that has a red asterisk on it does need to be filled out. The only one in here is subsidiary. We will need a name though, so I have all the information that we're going to need. So our Ben, and then we have our last name here. What we have the ability to do is this is where we're going to assign the subsidiary. So if you have access to more than one subsidiary, you control what subsidiary that user will have access to. Additionally, as we come down here, you can assign any sales roles that you need. You have the ability to assign a supervisor in case there's any layers of approval that are needed. So we know that this user is going to have a supervisor. And then what we have over here is our email that we're going to record. So this is where that invitation and what email they will use to log in. All of that at the top is information that's helpful. Down here under access, this is where we're actually going to grant out that access. To give them access, we need the combination of having this checkbox here as well as our role assigned here. So we're going to come in here and find our AP Analyst role. Once we have that set, we can click the Send Notification Email. What the system will do is actually send an email out to our user for them to log in and set their password. Additionally, you'd have the ability to assign a password and then require a password change on the next login. What we'll do here is we're going to go ahead and hit Add and go ahead and save this. And with that, that's all you need to know about granting employees access in NetSuite in under 5 minutes. Reach out through our website, goVirtualOffice.com. Otherwise, feel free to call us at 888-773-2773. 2123. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.